Hi folks, Jake Lacey here with US Medicare Group. Today we're going to talk about Medicare supplements, also called Medigap policies. You'll hear people call them both things sometimes. Don't ever let anyone confuse you. They're the exact same thing. A Medigap and a Medicare supplement is just two different sayings for the exact same policy. There's several different kind of plans out there. I created a presentation for you. To show you the difference between the different plan letters. The main thing we want to emphasize here is that a Plan F is a Plan F. Doesn't matter what company offers it. They all pay the bills the same way. Just like a Plan G is a Plan G. Doesn't matter what company offers it. They all pay the bills the same way. And what you'll see is the pricing for those plans are very different. So someone could offer a Plan F for like $110 a month, and another company could be offering it for $200. It doesn't matter. And you can look this up in your Medicare New Guidebook. When you look up supplements, it's the exact same thing. It'll tell you right there. All the benefits are the same for the exact same letterhead of the plan. So Plan F, in this example, would be the same if it was $110 or $200. It's just what the company can charge, whatever they want to charge on there. And you'll hear a lot of agents out there talk about how Plan F is the best because it pays all the bills, which is not exactly true for you because it does pay all the bills. Let's get that clear. The problem we have, which is not really a problem, but Plan G usually comes at a much lower rate, and there's a slight difference in the plans, which we're going to go over in the presentation, which usually gives you much lower rate increases over the years. Not to mention the upcoming in 2020, everyone who is turning 65 after January 1st will no longer be able to buy a Plan F Medicare supplement. Now that doesn't mean you can't switch. If you buy a Plan F, that doesn't mean you can't switch your Plan F after that. You will be able to because you'll already be 65 since it's 2016, the making of this video. But what we find there is it's a closed group of people. So there's no new people turning 65 coming onto the plan. So once you have a closed group, people start getting older and they get sicker. And the bills and the rate increases usually start piling up. So usually your monthly premium is going to go up accordingly to help adjust for that so that those companies can remain profitable. But as long as you have a Medicare supplement plan, I will say it does give you a fixed cost for your bills. You know what you're going to pay every month for your medical cost. The only time you could run into like an elaborate bill or something like that is if you get a procedure done that's not covered by Medicare. So if you decide to do, for example, plastic surgery, or you decide to go to the witch doctor for your cancer treatment, and Medicare doesn't accept that. Well, that's not going to be covered. The only one who's going to pay for that situation, the supplement won't pay, and neither will Medicare. I wouldn't recommend going to the witch doctor for your cancer treatment, but it is America. You do have free choice, but you do need to realize in any situation you will be paying for that treatment, or if you go to like a holistic doctor or something like that. Medicare supplement plans pay for everything Medicare doesn't cover that Medicare accepts. So we need to make that very clear. If Medicare doesn't accept it, the supplement doesn't accept it. Now, there's not someone over there in the insurance company who you have a supplement with deciding whether or not they're going to pay this bill or not. That's not how it works. Medicare, first thing that happens is they bill Medicare for whatever the doctor, if you go to the doctor for a basic procedure, they'll bill Medicare. Medicare then goes, your company is this. They send the bill to the company, and it's all computerized now. They just simply take the bill and send out the check. There's no individual going, we're not going to pay this person's claim because we just don't feel like it or we didn't think they needed it. It's not like Medicare Advantage. It's simply just Medicare took it, we have to pay it. Just boom. It's all computerized. There's no one individual denying claims up there. It's flat. They pay the bills. There's no question whatsoever. There's kind of three main plans you'll hear about a lot. We're going to go into the presentation here real quick. It's a Plan F, Plan G, which is what we like best for our customers if they can qualify health-wise. Not everyone can. but we help everyone. If they want a Plan F, we help them. And then Plan N, as in Nancy, that's another plan you'll hear a lot about, which isn't bad if you can't afford a Plan G or a Plan F, but it does leave you a little bit exposed. It's still better than anything you can find on a Medicare Advantage plan. So let's go into the presentation. Okay, folks, this here is just a basic outline of all Medicare supplement policies available. As you can see at the top, there's Plan A, Plan B, Plan C, Plan D, Plan F, and then also the little asterisk is high deductible Plan F, Plan G, Plan K, Plan L, M, and N as in Nancy. For the most part, you won't hear a whole lot about many of these letterheads. The two main ones, or the three main ones you'll hear about, are Plan F, Plan G, and Plan N as in Nancy. Plan N, as you can see down below, you can see it covers everything pretty similar. However, it does exclude out that Part B excess charge for doctor's expenses. That's why we don't always recommend it. If you're very healthy and you're just turning 65, sometimes it's not bad. However, if you get in a situation where you have to go to the doctor a lot or if something happens, it's best to be on a Plan F or a Plan G. Let's go into when you can actually enroll in one of these Medicare supplement plans. The first thing you have to do is you have to be enrolled in Parts A and B of Medicare. You can do that 3 months before you turn 65. I recommended to do it exactly the day of the month 3 months before you turn 65. So, for example, if you turn 65 in July, well, I'd recommend to call the Social Security and get enrolled on April 1st. That way you have everything taken care of way in advance before you hit 65. Once you do that, you can enroll in a Medicare supplement plan. As you can see, we highlighted Plan F and G. The main thing we really want to look at here is the difference between the two plans. So as you can see, they're pretty much identical. The only thing that's different between a Plan F and a Plan G is the Part B deductible. So you see we circled it here, and what that comes out to a year is exactly $166 a year. So you get the exact same benefits except for $166. We're going to go over the price difference, why it makes more sense to go with the Plan G, especially during open enrollment. So if you're just turning 65, you can get any of these plans you want as long as you're within that time frame of the 7 months you can enroll. So you can enroll again 3 months before you turn 65, the month you turn 65, and then 3 months after you turn 65. However, if you wait, your benefits will be delayed. So we don't want to do that. We always want to enroll before you turn 65. Like I said, 3 months before you turn 65, the first thing you should do, have it marked on your calendar, is call the Social Security Department and get enrolled in Medicare's Part A and B. Let's look at some price comparisons here for you real quick. Here's a Plan F and a Plan G, 65-year-old female, zip code 29601, Greenville, South Carolina. It's the exact same person. As you can see here, they're both non-tobacco users. Her Plan F would have cost her $113 a month. It does pay that Part B deductible, so she wouldn't have to pay anything for that. Her total cost can be $1,356 a year. Now, mind you, the only difference between a Plan G and a Plan F is that Part B deductible. So it would cost $90.50 a month. Now, these are both the $113 and the $90.50. Those are the lowest cost plans in the market that we found. So all we do is shop and find you the best rate, because all these plans are standardized. So nobody can tell you they have a better Plan F than another company. It doesn't exist. If it's a Plan F, it's a Plan F. If it's a Plan G, it's a Plan G. They're all standardized. Nobody else can do anything special. They can't say theirs is better, that's why it's more expensive. It's the exact same plan. And you can look that up in your Medicare New Guidebook, and you can see it says all plans under the same letterhead. So, for example, Plan G are exactly the same. The only difference is insurance companies are charging them a different rate. So if we added in the $166 deductible here, let's go back, $90.50, added in the Part B deductible of $166, her total cost would come out to $1,252 for the year. That gives her an annual savings of $104 a year. Now that's just turning 65. Here's the big difference though. The average rate increase for Plan F is 10% annually. The average rate increase is about 4% annually for Plan G. So if you get in a situation where you're unhealthy and you cannot switch plans, because after your initial open enrollment, as long as you're healthy, you can switch your plans whenever you want. However, if you become unhealthy, you do have to qualify health-wise to switch plans. So it's best to always put yourself in the best situation, which would be Plan G, which would give you much lower rates going forward. Not to mention, like we were saying earlier, in 2020, so anyone born after January 1st, 2020 will no longer be able to buy a Plan F. So what that does is it closes the pool, so there's no new people turning 65 coming onto those plans. So typically what we're going to see is instead of an average rate increase of 10%, it's going to go up from there. Some people will argue that and say they're going to stabilize the rates. However, history has told us otherwise when they canceled out Plan J. So your best bet for your money for this lady would definitely be to get on a Plan G. She would save $104 right off the bat, maybe even more if she doesn't go to the doctor a whole lot. She may not hit that $166 deductible. If she only goes to the doctor once a year, she can keep that $166 in her pocket. Whereas on a Plan F, they're going to keep that money and charge you a convenience fee, about $25. It's going to cost you $270 a year more so that they can pay that $166 for you. It just really doesn't make any sense to be on a Plan F versus a Plan G. Let's look at another comparison here for you folks. We have a 65-year-old male in Dallas, Texas, non-tobacco user, exact same person. The cheapest rate for a Plan F in his area, in his zip code, was $146.63. Now, of course, they do pay that Part B deductible for him, so he wouldn't have to pay anything when he went to the doctor for that $166, but his total cost is $1,759.56. The total cost on a Plan G is coming out to $113.17. Part B deductible added into that cost, his total cost for the year comes out to $1,524. Now this is someone just turning 65, automatically saves $235.52 a year, and that's just before any kind of major rate increases. So you're looking at 10% versus 4%. It's just a much, much better plan for anyone who can get a Plan G versus a Plan F. You're going to end up saving way, way more money. And once that Part B deductible is satisfied, I know a lot of agents out there will tell you, oh, well, Plan F pays everything. It's the best plan. It's a Cadillac plan. Well, Plan G is a Plan F once this 166 is satisfied. And even when you do pay that $166, you're still saving an additional $235 a year, and you have the exact same thing as a Plan F, plus you have lower rate increases. So it's the best bang for the buck, especially if you're during your initial open enrollment. Go with a Plan G. It's going to save you much, much more money over the long haul. And, you know, we've even seen rate decreases in some of these plans here before versus rate increases. So we do like Plan G. We're partial to it. We do help people with Plan F, Plan N. We help them with anything. If that's what they want, that's fine. But the best bang for your buck, we're here to try to educate you. We want to get you to a Plan G because it's in your best interest. So just to recap what we went over there, I want to make sure this is very clear to everyone out there. Plan F is a Plan F, as well as a Plan G is a Plan G. Doesn't matter what company is offering the plan. All we do here, you've probably gotten mail from each and every one of these companies. We help sort through that and find you the best rate. There are a few discounts available depending on the company. One would be a household discount. That's pretty much the only one you can find. No agent can find you a special rate for that. Any agent can apply it as long as they're appointed with a company. We appoint with pretty much every company out there except for the captive ones where they can only be sold by one person. I recommend not to deal with a captive agent because they can only sell you one type of policy. We just shop around. Instead, we just shop around and find you the best rate for you. Other than that, we are partial Plan G. We do like it. We just think it's a better value for you overall. The lower rate increases. You need to enroll in your Medicare Parts A and B 3 months before you turn the month you turn 65. That's very, very important. We want to knock that all out of the way so that you have your ID cards and you're completely happy and you're ready to go the month you turn 65 and you're covered. And the only time we ever recommend not doing that is if you're going to continue working and you have employer coverage that you like. Not always the case, especially since Obamacare came into the mix. But if you choose to do that, you can delay your Parts A and B or your Medicare Part B until you actually decide to quit working. But at that time, you do have to be aware, if you do decide to go that route, you will still be able to guarantee issue into a Plan F. You can always pick a Plan G or a Plan N if you're healthy. But if you're unhealthy, you can only guarantee into a Plan F. So you do want to weigh those options if you are unhealthy at the moment, because during open enrollment, your initial open enrollment, you can get whatever plan you want. And we're here for you to help educate you and pick the right plan for you so that you pay the lowest rate possible. And we continue to stay on top of it as the years go by to make sure you're always paying the lowest rate possible. And we'll shop the market for you and just notify you. We have a little system where we'll set a 5% rate difference. We'll continually shop the markets every year. It could be a 5%, 10%, or a 15% difference between the lowest and what your plan becomes years down the road, and we'll always notify you and tell you there's a savings available so that we can easily make the switch for you. If you have any questions or you want to talk to us a little bit more, feel free to either fill out the contact us form, or if we have an appointment, we'll talk then. Thanks for coming to our website and watching the videos. I hope you all really enjoyed, and you have a little bit more information so you can make a more well-rounded decision. Thanks, y'all.